And there's our first bell.
Whoever wins this lap is going to get first. They get to leave early. This is like the best race ever.
All right, sorry there for our online folks. I think we are back and rolling for the audio. And this is, yes, as just mentioned, the sprint for the win. Currently in a good position there. It looks like the rider down the sprinter's lane. Merrick Gallagher trying to hold on, and it looks like number 101 puts himself in a good position. And off he will go on the back straight, so you'll see him pull off there to the left. I believe this is our Portland rider. If I'm not mistaken, Summer Newlands get out in front of it here. She's got a pretty good gap on the rest of the field, falling on the wheel of Gallagher. And now in good position. The chase is on. The bell not yet ringing, so the race for second place not fully underway. Quinn Kennedy now racing for Act Racing number 132 in the gray kit with that white helmet. Positioning well here. Now coming underneath, Summer, who pulls up, gives a bit of room. Timing the attack well. Now the bell ringing. This is for second place. First rider across the line next time around. Quinn looking back to try to estimate the speed of the chasing riders. Seeing Andrew Martin, number 102, barreling down after the lead rider, bringing with him another. This could be an interesting sprint for second place. Quinn, I think this is going to be a tough one to hold on, as Martin does have enough speed to find the wheel and will carry the momentum forward. And now the sprint is on. It's a head up. Mano a mano for second place. Coming around the corner. Martin still holding on nicely. Andrew Martin looking like he'll be able to hold this one together. Number 129 right behind. Wasn't quite able to get there as Sam Frigo, but let's see if Sam can hold on to the momentum a little longer. Still in a great position on the rest of this field. It's Frigo now the lead of the race. There's Quinn Kennedy. So quite a bit off the rest of the pack. And if you go all the way back to the pack, let's see what's going on here. We've got, it's fairly well organized, but not a ton of energy just yet to go catch this lead. Not sure we're going to be able to put together a catch here in time for this relatively quick race. Riders seeing 5 to go. Bell next time around for third place in this competition. Now the lead pulling off a little bit from the energy being lost there. Sam Frigo actually pulls up and is going to come all the way back into the group. He's nearing the back of the field now, and this is giving an opportunity for Chris Wilsons of Found Cycling to go ahead and finish this off. At the front has lost that energy, lost the impetus. So a couple riders peeling off, especially losing Frigo there. It's now just Quinn Kennedy trying to hold on. The field's got some power, though. They've come up onto the back end of the lead, and here we go with 4 to go. The bell's ringing, and number 105 will now take over the front. Action down the back straight. This is currently being led by Chris Wilsons. He's trying to hold on for this thing, but it's the field trying to chase him down. This is not over yet. Coming on the home straight, we've got the lead still for Found Cycling, but it's going to come down to the line. A nice move here on the outside. It looks like your rider 104, Tyson Danielson, gets there first. Rider seeing 2 to go now, and we've got number 110, Josh Sherfy, Coalition Cycling, showing up here tonight on what is a slightly lighter attendance than our opening weekend. Not unusual for us on the Memorial Day weekend for a few folks to be out of town for our Friday night race series. But Sherfy in a good position here tonight ahead of this bell, although he does have this strong group of riders right behind him. This last bell now ringing, 1 to go. This will be for the rest of the places in the race. Sherfy at the lead. Ludo Max, number 131, is the next closest rider in that group of 4, bringing up the national colors of Keegan Fairbanks in that group. And a couple more strong riders hoping to jump on this one. Mike Robson in a good position right in front of Keegan. Will start the sprint here around the corner and try to take over in turn 4. Position himself well nicely here. Robson taking advantage of the positioning. Will take over at the front. This should be for 5th overall, I believe, for our rider from 10 Speed Hero. And out of the rest of the group, Keegan Fairbanks just barely will be the next rider across the line. All riders finishing up on this lap, and we'll exit on the back straight, please. All riders finishing up here and exiting on the back straight. And come on up to the rail. Our next group, open women to the rail, please, for your win and out. It's another win and out now for open women, showing 12 laps to go once the race gets started. Just like the last race, the first bell you hear will be signaling the sprint for first and the early exit from the race. Just a couple laps and you could win this thing. Riders currently neutral will get their start out of turn 4 as long as they're still together. Cat 3 men, your win and out is on deck. And there's the whistle signaling the beginning of the race. No bell for a couple of laps. Coming up quick will be the race for first. Who wants to go grab it? The colors of the J. Baker Juniors team. No surprise, Rue Tomko looking like they want to take a bit of control here at the front of the field. Our teammate Charlotte Westover with the orange bike now takes over at the front, sitting right behind her, another member of the J. Baker Juniors. It's going to be quite a few of them out here tonight. That black and blue jersey, that's our under 18 local junior and development squad. And then finally we get 203 coming up to the front. That's Brenna Fuller. Next time around, the sprint for the win tonight. So already our riders need to think about position. If they were on the front and they went all the way to the back, it's going to be a little bit of a ways to move up. You saw both Tomko and Westover kind of moving to the back of the group. Your rider in blue, Kelly Darlene, number 7, pulls out of the way quickly as things kind of fan out and the riders are watching each other's body language for who's going to take over first. Who might be the first rider to create a bit of energy here in the middle of the sprint. Number 12 is Laurel Safranek, sitting kind of in the middle, front of the field. Right next to Pellebrook, number 205. And now underneath comes Edwards to take over the front, and number 3 finds a small opening. And there's Tomko making the move down the back straight, trying to make this about a 200-meter sprint. Westover not able to respond quite quick enough, so Tomko with a great turn of speed out into turn 3 is sitting pretty here and away from the group. Continuing on good form from what we saw last year, Tomko with a good finish here in tonight's win and out will be your first place rider. Next bell will be for second. Westover getting a little bit of encouragement from the teammates saying you're in good position, go, 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 before Rue exits. Trying to encourage Charlotte to stay on those pedals. Don't let off on the gas. Let's see what you can do with this. You might as well roll it and force that field to catch you. Coming back to the field, we see there's Darlene in the blue. Works frequently with the juniors, sort of like what's our recent graduate from the program, now coming back and coaches and works with the youngsters, so she's very familiar with the junior riders. Makes our group of 5 here, the kind of the chasing field at 8 to go. The next time around, they're going to hear the bell, the sprint for second. It's Westover's position to lose at this point. Safranek again at the front, the rider in the gray for Liquid Velo Racing. And that bell's ringing for Westover's putting in a great solo effort here. A nice strong 3 laps for number 6 and should be on pace for that second place finish. He looks over the left shoulder just to kind of see the position. They got pretty good gap here. Charlotte, I think you're in a good position. So we'll just keep rolling that thing around and get that eventual payoff of that second place. The field hears the bell as well, but they don't respond as they know that the race right now is for 3rd in a couple more laps. I believe that's Hazel Baker out there, number 201, one of our youngest riders in the group. That'll meet the field for just a second. We have a 13-year-old out here racing with some of our more experienced riders. And Westover finishes nicely. Number 6 at lap 6 to go. We'll get the invite to exit early in 2nd place. And here's your field now with Edwards on the front at 6 to go. Bell at 4 to go for 3rd place. Five to go. Darlene on the front. And they're able to pick up Baker there, so Hazel's back in the fun, number 201. Getting some good laps with the riders here. So, again, our 13-year-old, a youngster in this field. Getting some good laps along with the rest of our riders. Pellebrook thinking it's already time to accelerate a bit. Will take over the lead when didn't have to. All right, from Breakfast Racing Team kind of pulling up to the blue line as part of this acceleration. Just kind of see what the field will do underneath. At 4 to go. Now Pellebrook takes over at the front and needs a long effort here to hold on for 3rd. Number 7's positioned herself pretty close here as Darlene responds quickly. Opportunity opening behind as the field starts to kind of pile on and over Pellebrook. Now it's Darlene down the sprinter's lane. Safranek trying to come up alongside above the red line. It's still Darlene. Safranek coming around the corner. Safranek making some small gains here. Darlene versus Safranek for 3rd. No one settled this one just yet. Safranek accelerating. Whoa! Ow, I think it might have been on the outside. That was close. Ooh. We'll get the confirmation. Confirming number 12, Safranek does get it. And she'll make the exit on the back straight. Thank you. That leaves Darlene off the front here. That's the lead rider in blue. Behind that, I got Renna Fuller for the Jerry Baker Juniors team. Back about 20 meters or so. And then around the corner there, you've got Edwards and Pellebrook still out here on the same lap with our leaders. Everybody, we're going to be seeing 2 to go. Your leader now entering into turn 1. Next weekend, it's kickoff racing here. We've got ourselves a Friday and Saturday racing action here at the Velodrome. Our first week of regular season. It just means that the season points start building up for our riders. The beverage garden is open and the food trucks are here. It's going to be the big Friday show that we all used to over the summer, and our first real week of doing it. I'm just sad that I'm not going to be able to be here. I will be somewhere else here in downtown Redmond for my my other job. So I'll be rooting for you guys from over there. There's your bell for 1 to go, and Darlene is held off. Chasing Renna Fuller so far, just has to keep off in front of the junior here for a little longer. Fuller still making an effort of it, seeing if they can close that gap at all. Without a field, everybody's out here just fighting for their lives all on their own, but it will look like Darlene has enough here to secure it. Hazel Baker getting some love from the home crowd. Our 13-year-old competitor gets the bell, also has 1 to go, and it'll be Darlene first across the line on this final lap. And we'll wrap this thing up here as our riders cross. They are finished and we'll exit on the back straight. Cat 3 up to the rail. A 12-lap win out here once again now for the Cat 3 men. Same race rules apply. I think we're pretty expert in this one by now. Riders currently in the neutral. We'll get them out of turn 4. Let's see how this group chooses to ride the very quick, very short win and out format. After this, Cat 4 men, we got you up for a win and out, and then we'll be inviting everybody that would like to compete back for the Marymoor Crawl before we get into our second set of races tonight. And the sound of the whistle means racing is underway. 12 to go, win and out. Quick opening lap here. I believe that's Phillipson that's going to start things off. The rider with that bright orange helmet wants to make a quick opening lap and kind of pull things apart right away. .305 takes over the front. Conrad Mayer. This is going to be kind of a kilo effort now at this point, knowing that there's a bell at the end of it and can get out of here and get some rest before the next race. I just got to ride a really good kilo before that's all done. And Mayer showed some great strength here in week 1 of our preseason. Your rider for Dyna Racing really in great form to start 2025. Let's see if he can get another victory here tonight, positioned perfectly to do so. The field not in striking distance as the bell's ringing. They've let this one go just a little bit too much. Are they going to do any effort to chase here in the middle of this lap? It's Mike Ritter, number 321 at the front of the group. Looking at that lead rider, that's a ways to go and not really many riders positioned to assist. He'll pull up out of the sprinter's lane. And really at this stage, they move kind of high across the track and are ready to reset and prepare for the next sprint. We'll come back to Mayer, who just dropped the hammer at the right time and nobody able to get themselves on top of the pedals fast enough to hold on to the speed. Conrad Mayer will take this one tonight in the win and out format for our Cat 3s. 9 to go. We'll have to try that one again. We got some riders in here who would have loved to have been on that sprint, but that just did not come together the way we're looking for. Apologies to our online audience. I think the audio things were all sorted out. Thanks for your patience on that. We are into a couple races deep here into our program. And if you're enjoying the view out there, we've tried to up the quality once again this year with a little bit better quality video and stream. If you are enjoying that, like the coverage, we'd love the thumbs up and the support. Hit that subscribe button and support racing here in the Pacific Northwest. We are the lone velodrome up here in this corner of the United States. We have a few members, or a few friends, I should say, up across the Canadian border that are also running strong and doing well. But here in the state of Washington and surrounding states, we are the one doing the work here. We'd love your support here tonight and in future events we got coming up all through 2025. And if you want to check out what we got upcoming in 2025, don't forget to bookmark the website, velodrome.org. We have so many convenient calendars there. You can see all of our race events. This young one all along the front straight knows what to do. In the yellow is putting the hands together as the bell's ringing. That's exactly what you should be doing. This one knows how to do it. We just got to have him train the whole rest of the audience. Bell's ringing for second place. Well, to be fair, it's not exactly a high-speed moment right now. The reveal is still kind of sitting on it. At some point, someone's going to make the move. Ritter starts to accelerate himself a little bit. Peter Snoblin in the blue. James Campbell Harris in a good spot to try to put on a sprint effort. It's going to be Ritter at the front. Campbell Harris takes over. 3:11 gets the call. Our newly reorganized leading factory racing team, a pretty big portion of the field tonight, and a pretty big portion of that sprint on the last lap. Seeing 5 to go. There's one member of that team, that's Peter Snoblin, number 341. And now at the front of the group of 3 is number 306, and of his teammates, Jordan Green. We saw them kind of involved at the front of the field. Your lone Jerry Baker Jr. in this group tonight, number 308, is William Huang. He now sits kind of on the front of that field of 4, pulls up to the side, leaving room for Mike Westover in the green for Taco Time Northwest Racing. That's the bell for third place coming up at 4 to go, and Snoblin has decided to go on the solo move here. A good strong lap out in front of the rest of this group. Next ride across the line again, that'll be for third place. And Snoblin looks like he's got this one all dialed in and figured out. Round the corner on the home straight. It should be no problem here for Snoblin to finish things up. Nicely done for a rider from Leading Factory Racing. Will find his way off on the back straight in third place and get a few extra laps of rest before the next event. Your field sitting above the blue line. Again, a little bit lighter turnout than we had even on our first week of racing a couple weeks ago. Preseason is certainly the time where we're kind of re-attracting our riders back to the track. We are working out all the kinks. We're figuring out how racing works again, and this is, of course, Memorial Day weekend. Folks are out of town. But if we're here enjoying this beautiful racing, we're glad to have you here with us, either here in the velodrome or online on our live stream. Thanks for tuning in. We race here every single Friday night through the summer months. Racing doesn't stop until September. The only thing that will stop us from racing, of course, is the rain. So Friday night, 7 o'clock, you know you can find us here. Starting next week, you're also going to have the beverage garden opening up and the food truck. So if you have it in you to make it out here in person, join us at the velodrome. Enjoy the beautiful park here in King County Parks. Get the fun of the action in person. You also get to enjoy, of course, our local beverage sponsors. Locust Cider and Postdoc Brewing is here every single week starting next week, and our food trucks will be pulling up. Got a nice selection for you throughout this season. If you're out there online and you've subscribed, you can jump in the live chat, ask a question, make a comment, or of course, complain about the audio not working. Those are all great options. You can even give a call out for a rider for making a cool move, leave a little optimism or positivity, or of course, leave a comment down below if you're rewatching this later and let us know what you like about our coverage, or if you have any suggestions for how we could do better, we'd love to hear from you. Early in our season, small Cat 3 field here tonight. We got 4 surviving riders after the win and out has thinned them down a little bit. It's Westover sitting on the front of the group well above the blue line as they take it a little bit easy here ahead of the bell. Mike Ritter still out there with them, Jordan Green right behind, and then the junior, William Huang, makes up the 4 remaining in the group. Westover in the green. Gets the bell first, 1 to go. According to the lead of the lap, kind of waiting for the jump to happen. Shortening this lap quite a bit. The move looks like it's starting to kind of come together. Jordan Green will be the first to really start to accelerate things. Your rider that takes over at the front, that is Jordan Green, leaving about a bike length or more on now the pursuant Mike Ritter. It's Jordan Green in control this one. William Huang with a nice jump up. It'll be Jordan Green takes the lead on this final lap across the line for 5th place for the Cat 3 men in this win and out. Riders exit on the back straight. Coming up now to the rail, Cat 4 men, please. Cat 4 riders to the rail for your win and out. Cat 4 riders to the rail for your win and out. Marymoor Crawl coming up next, the longest lap around the track coming up here soon. Marymoor Crawl coming up. I bet by now any of you could come up here to the deck and take the mic and you could explain the rules. We've had 3 of them in a row. Same rules again. This time it's the Cat 4 men going on for their attempt at it. Still a 12-lap race. 4x3 is the lap format for the Bells you'll hear tonight. Great question from Mark Coppa on the chat. He asked about light rail. Our good friends with Sound Transit did just open the light rail station next to us just a couple weekends ago. The Village Station is not technically right at the velodrome, but it is well within walking distance. The train, we can see exactly where it gets off, and there's just a beautiful path that now actually comes into the park on that side. That's a new addition here in Marymoor Park, and you can walk in from the train on the far side, and then you're right here, right next to us. So very easy for folks to get off from the light rail and come join us on a Friday night. Pretty convenient, I must say. Gotta love that beautiful view for those of you out there on the live stream, seeing the gorgeous look there of the skyline as they go through turns 3 and 4 onto the home straight before that whistle. Thanks to all of our donors and sponsors and all the folks that are out there that have supported us to get to the point where we have that technology, we have this access to be able to do that and bring that coverage to you. That is all in huge part due to the donations we receive over the years, run by a nonprofit organization, the Marymoor Velodrome Association. That is what's kept the racing thriving and growing here in Redmond. So thank you for your support over the years to make shots like that and racing like this possible. 11 laps to go. Bell next time around for first place. Cat 4 men. Let's go. That's the first one I've heard tonight. All right, now we're really here. The crowd is ready. They brought some fans for these Cat 4 riders. Cat 4 riders, this is the lifeblood of the sport. We have new riders that come in. They get their novice weeks in. That's going to happen on Monday nights at our velodrome. And then they get the go-ahead. They get the green check that says, nice job, you're riding safe enough to be a Cat 4. And then they're invited to race in this field you see here tonight. So a lot of these riders pretty new to the track, getting their bell for this one and out at 10 to go. Next rider across the line is your winner. Down the back straight, kind of in single file formation. One rider kind of popping out of the group there. It's one of our juniors trying to come up alongside. Ooh, might be 3 wide across here. A rider in red and white has taken us all the way around the track, and they hold on. Oh, the acceleration comes down the second line above the red line. That's going to be number 406, Otis Hatfield. The field will come underneath him. He'll find his way off here soon. He wants to make sure he's nice and safe. Go up the hill there to deaccelerate and let the field move underneath. Exit when he's safe, and you'll get off there on that next lap. The field still mostly together here. The next bell you hear is for second place. Riders will recover and get ready for their next attempt. Our riders grouping up here through the turn. That's going to be the pink of Dyna Racing taking over before the bell's ringing. And there you go. This is Jason Fuller now at the front for number 401, pardon me, for Dyna Racing, getting the bell. Next sprint here. This is for second place. Your winner already found. The leader of that first sprint, the rider in red and white, kind of middle of the field, saw kind of active in that first attempt. It's still Fuller now in the front of the group. Kind of waiting for that second kick of speed. It's going to be another one of our juniors. I think it's going to be Gola, number 415, if I'm not mistaken, getting into position. And now the second attack kind of coming around the outside through the turn will be your rider 416. We'll give it to Jared Elog, number 416. The clearway winner there. Another gorgeous evening here as May's been, usually like it is, a little up and down with the rain. Boy, just hope that next week looks good. We got a whole weekend of fun planned for you as, again, we bring out the full show for you on our kickoff weekend. Don't forget to get registered for racing. All of June and July now available for riders to register online through velodrome.org. And if something doesn't work, you can come yell at me about it. It's probably my fault. Again, race registration for June and July now all open for everyone to get in there. That includes Fred's race, the Junior Takeover, and all of our regular racing in between. I'm still working on a few details for the GP. That'll be up very soon as well. Coming up to our next bell very soon, you're going to be getting this bell for third place upcoming around the corner here. A little bit of speed off the front as the purple jersey, orange helmet, getting some nice acceleration at 4 to go. That's number 405 of Raymond Chang. Getting aggressive early here. That's going to be a long effort all the way on the track, but looking pretty smooth in the early portion of this move. This might just work out really well for Raymond, as able to open up a big enough window here. No one had the power or the response time here to get back up onto that wheel. So Raymond taking care of business on the long 500-meter effort. 405 finishing in a good spot here on that lap. Now it leaves 409 at the front of the group with 3 to go. That's Jack Donahue. The chase starting to get together here for the lone rider in red off the front of the 3 that make up this field. Trying to get up to the leader now before that last bell, make it a group of 2. Seeing 2 to go. Donahue pulling up, recognizing that he's being joined by Fisher Curran, number 413 in red. Riders looking at each other, kind of deciding what's going to happen next. If Curran takes over the front, I think Donahue's going to want to try to get up onto the wheel quickly and see if he can stick with it. And that'll force your rider in red to kind of take the lead, give a little bit of a break for Donahue. Your field being led right now by one of the juniors. Looks like Rocco Alexander, number 408, was out there along with his teammate Gola and another rider from the Dyna Racing team. But here we go down to the bell. Your leaders looking at each other. It's still your rider in red, Curran, in the front. They're doing a bit of a match sprint here as they're right up to the blue line. 409 will follow in that shadow, trying to keep in the slipstream for as long as possible. Now a flip in turns 1 and 2. Curran into the second wheel spot. Donahue waiting for the attack to occur. And your field a little too far back to be in contest here for that 5th position. And none of the riders really up to speed, hunting the leaders yet. And it will be Fisher Curran making the strong move out of turn 4, has enough to get a nice finish here. And Jack Donahue with a nice race as well, number 409, coming across the line, which will be good enough for 6th overall. A couple of your Jay Baker Jr. finishers here, and Jason Fuller. Everybody will make their way off on the back straight. As your racing is done, we got one more rider still finishing up though, so give it just a moment. Marymoor Crawl riders, you are called over towards turn 4. We're going to get you up on the track very soon. Marymoor Crawl coming up next.
All right, Crawl rider. You can ride or walk yourselves up there.
Last call, getting all of our riders up there into turn 4. You walk or ride your buck up to the corner, hold onto the rail, and we'll get you started here soon. Marymoor Crawl. See our riders are lined up. They're going to get the signal from our officials to start. And an unknown amount of time is going to pass before we hear the bell. And with the whistle, the Mysterious timer has begun. Our bell ringer gets to know how long this race goes for, but the rest of us, no idea. Until the bell rings, can't put your foot down, can't lean on anybody, can't leave the racing surface either. You got to stay above the blue line. Can't lean on the rail. You just got to stay upright on the bike and go slow as you can. One strategy is to go very slow right from the very beginning. Try to use a little bit of back pressure to stand up on the bike. Get a good look at the fixed gear bikes that we got out here. Amara's going to harass. Let's see who we got.
I have Keegan Fairbanks. Keegan, you are a national crawl champion. Where is your jersey, by the way?
I have no idea.
That's so teenager.
But at least you have this Stars and Stripes. So it looks pretty good. Are you think you're going to win this one?
Maybe. We have the elimination right after, so kind of.
Just saving some energy, maybe. Maybe. Conrad said just no. I got to dodge people. Summer, how are you doing? Whoop.
Good. It's nice to be here.
And thank you for driving all the way up from Portland. Are you coming back next weekend?
Yep.
Hopefully you bring some more Portland people with you. I'm going to let you concentrate on track standing. I almost got hit. Got Ion. I'm going to get out of the way, but we have Harrison, some of our original Marymoor Crawl riders. Harrison, how are you doing?
Good. It's the first time in the crawl since 2017.
So it's been a minute.
It's coming back.
Are we no hands? Not maybe? No? Oh, he still got it. He still got the no hands. I put him on the spot, too. That was pretty good. All right, I'm going to let you go up there. I'm going to guess this is going to start soonish. I don't know.
Is there a time bonus for that? There should be a time bonus, I think. Is that how that works? Okay, we can see we've lost about half of the riders or more here from where we started. That's Gola coming up to the line in perfect position if the bell would just ring, darn it. We lose another. You got the Stars and Stripes, Keegan Fairbanks over here. Somewhere in the closet, there's a pretty special champion jersey that he's got stowed away. There's that bell where it wanted to go. Ooh, powerful moves here from both Summer and Quinn to try to take over the front. Summer, our rider from Portland, wants to be the champion tonight in the local specialty race, the Marymoor Crawl. Great position. Good acceleration on the right side of Quinn. It's Quinn versus Summer down the back straight, and Quinn's got good catching speed here. Might be able to kind of climb the hill against this. Ooh, it's not over yet. Good speed on the front from Summer, having to close this thing down. Quinn on the chase. Summer, I think we'll have it. Your rider from Portland, number 117, takes the fast lap. All right, the Marymoor Crawl. That was a powerful lap. All right, you're getting the signal for the elimination to come on up. Good stuff here. Our local specialty, the slow lap here for the Marymoor Crawl, all finished up, and we now go on to some more of our regularly scheduled racing. This is the bread and butter stuff that we do here. The elimination, another one of our great formats. Riders have to fight to stay in the race. You can't be at the end or you're done. This is a fun one to watch. Excited to see this with our Cat 1-2 field, who's now lined up. And they'll get their start here soon. A couple more riders coming in from the crawl. We'll give them a second to get to the rail and figure out where they are here for this elimination. Got a shout out for Harrison coming in from the one and only Andy Baker tuning in out there. Getting some love. Yeah, and that was a cool shot there on that last sprint. We got to see the light rail kind of going behind them, our new exciting public commuting solution here in the Redmond area. The bikes were going quicker than the light rail in the background, that's for sure. And here we go, the elimination. I did not hear the whistle. No start confirmed. There's a little bit of disconnect on the back there, so we're still getting the group together. So it's still neutralized, but they're now a little bit more in position. So I think we might be able to get this started next time around as long as we can hold this formation. Last rider across the line gets eliminated next time as long as we start here. They're still neutral, so no elimination just yet. And there's the whistle. Racing's underway. Next time around, last rider out of the race. So you're going to want to keep your eyes towards the back half of the field. Riders that are right now at that blue line kind of stretched out behind the group are going to be forced to make a move up and high and around the group at some point. And then you'll see that kind of the middle lower portion of the field kind of becomes in trouble the closer we get to the line. You're going to see that for these first several laps, especially with 19 riders. It's a good-sized group. There's a lot of group dynamics at play here. Let's see. Summer in a tough spot here. Makes a good move in acceleration. Who's left out? 105. 105. Good to see so many of you out there on the live stream tuning in. 44 of you right now. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button. Good to see some of our subscribers also chatting it away in the live chat. Appreciate you being here with us this evening, as well as our live fans. 117, Summer. 117. All right, here we go again. Still plenty of riders to work our way through. It looks like a blue jersey might be in trouble here. Yeah, it's 127. Johannes Sige. 127. You got the orange of Ben Flom at the front leading the field, but again, the action's at the back. Watch the movement up and down, trying to find a window. It's going to go 134 as Haldeman single malt velo down there in the sprinters lane, just barely, as I think it might have been either him or a rider from Liquid Velo that were awfully close there. But it will go down to the sprinters lane, number 134. That's Mike Darlene, 135, confirmed that time. 14 riders still remain, plenty more laps in this elimination. Now we're starting to see some change of the guard at the front. Merrick Gallagher for a little bit, but now it looks like Tyson Danielson wants to take over on the lead. Why would you want to be there in the elimination? Well, it's consistent effort at the front. You don't get as much rest, but it's very consistent. Where at the back, you've got acceleration and de-acceleration playing a big part. 107, Ben Flom, your early lap leader, found here at the back now. And rounding out the corner here again, looks like Dyna Racing fighting for lives. Not sure we're going to find the speed. 118, Grinsel. Twelve riders remain. A couple of riders of the Coalition cycling team. That's that teal, black, and white jersey, kind of near the back, starting to reposition themselves a little bit. You see one rider go low. That's going to be tricky here, as the movement's about to come around the outside. Now he has to abandon. He was down low, kind of feeling safe. And I can see that move up and out of the saddle all around the outside. A good move. That puts 131 in the hot seat. Ludo Max is out this time. That's a lot of effort there. I believe that was Frigo that had to move all the way from that sprinter's lane back up and around the field, but responded quickly, realizing the threat. Watch the middle of the field. It might very soon be our rider in the national colors in trouble if this back group kind of moves into position. Ooh. 129, Frigo. 129, Frigo. That was a close one. His three riders were close to the line there, but your rider for Coalition just a little bit behind. Ten riders remaining. Next rider would be in 10th place. So we're getting close to the big positions here. The top of the podium coming also quick here. 132 is Quinn Kennedy. 132. The rest of the field able to kind of flatten out. You saw it was like 8 riders across nearly there. Say flattened out and left basically a couple riders in that back line, and Quinn just in a tough spot there down the sprinter's lane. Watch the bottom again here. Let's see if they can fan out one more time. We might be watching a rider in blue, or maybe the national colors trying to find some space. 126, Mike Robson. It's between him and the junior right next door, down the bottom again. Robson caught out that time. You can see the squeeze there as the junior taking advantage of that small frame. He's able to find a little extra room and gain it just an extra centimeter or two in the midst of that elimination. On the back end, though, now we got 2 dangling riders. They've been doing the work of accelerating every time. Can they do it one more time? Not able to do it again. It's 128, Harrison Devine getting found that time. There's a lot of tough laps there for the riders at the back. They've got a few more. Looks like Sherfy now the rider at the back of the group. He's right behind Martin, and there's Keegan Fairbanks. I say Martin's name and he accelerates a little bit. Ooh, looks like Fairbanks wanted to find a lane to the right, didn't really see that move. Avoids any contact, comes back into position, but now a quick rotation puts our rider from Liquid Velo in a tough spot. Can he find the room? Will not be able to do it. Dave Chipchase. And this is a call for riding underneath the rider, passing underneath the rider. Rider 11 is eliminated this lap. For riding under a rider, passing underneath the rider, rider 11 is eliminated. .104 now in a tough spot. Was already kind of feeling out on the speed there as Danielson. So just kind of one more lap being off behind the group. We will get called out this time around. Everybody in the field. We're dropping another. So these 3 all together at the front kind of putting on some good speed here with Gallagher, Fairbanks, Martin there all together. 104 gets the call and will be out this lap. Sherfy fell off the lead speed here a little bit. And it looks like Sherfy's not going to be able to find his way back up there. So these 3 are already starting to kind of jockey against one another. You got 2 of the juniors going against 10-speed heroes, Andrew Martin. They're all in it still. These 3 riders still in the race. Your elimination happening behind is Sherfy, number 110. 110, you're not out, Fairbanks. You're not out. I'm even telling him from up here, you got to pay attention, kid. He's out now, though. They're not going to let him get back in this race. Both these riders are still in. You're still in. It's 1 to go, you crazies. Come on now. 1 to go. The bell means 1 to go. All right. We lost track of the dangling riders out the back thanks to that extra elimination. They got a little confused, but we are all together here. 3rd place for Keegan Fairbanks with a great race here tonight. And this one just came down to the one-on-one. Andrew Martin putting on a great race here. He'll end up in 2nd, and it's your season winner from a year ago, the junior for the Jerry Baker Juniors team, Merrick Gallagher, who's been showing some great form here early, once again in 2025, picks up the win here in the elimination. And our open women out to the rail for their elimination. Good event there for the Cat 1-2s. Their elimination, an exciting one. A little bit hectic there at the end. And yes, we had a little bit of separation. So the field getting eliminated there. There was always a right off the back in that last couple of laps. Let's see how the women will race this one. A shorter event with only 8 of them. They'll get their start out of turn 4. Looks like our official given the signal. And there it is. We got ourselves another elimination for the women now. 8 riders in the group. Next time around, last rider across is pulled from the race. Yeah, right, here we go. Looking tough down the sprinter's lane right now. Oh. 205. That's Pellerbrook, 205 for out of the sprinter's lane. It's exciting for more great racing this year. Don't forget that you can stay up to date with updates about racing on our Instagram at JB Velodrome. I should get back to the race, though. We have one rider dangling off the back. We got one rider off the back right now. Field is still all currently in contention, so your elimination off of the field right now, it will be number 201, Baker. That's right, our Instagram again, at JB Velodrome. You can get great updates there. We do regular posts about fun things going on here, some great photos after racing. You can see all of the podium shots and all the fun going on here. And if there's any cancellations or changes in our schedule, we'll use that as well, oftentimes for your reminders. Coming up to the rail again, going wide across the track. Look out down the sprinter's lane again. Ooh. It is going to be 12. The call is Laurel Safranek, 12. Five remain. This now for 5th place. Edwards on the back end of this lineup, getting a good sprint here, trying to fight up against the rest of the group. Does enough. It's 203. Renna Fuller. 203. Fuller. Now down to 4 as Edwards in that back position was able to get rid of one rider with the acceleration there to the line. We'll have to do it again. Following the blue jersey of Darlene, we got Charlotte Westover with that orange bike, and there's Ruth Tomko at the front of the group. You saw the winner of our first race. They're setting a good pace here, and Edwards falling a little bit off at the acceleration. It'll be number 13 getting the call. And Westover falling off the pace just a hair here will be the rider with the orange bike, number 6. Look at here now with the 1 to go mark. We've got Kelly Darlene, the rider in blue, on the wheel of Rue Tomko for the win coming up between them. First and second place to be settled on this lap. Cat 3 men, you're on deck for your elimination coming up here in just a moment. Tomko makes the move down into turn 3. And this kid's going places again this year. Really nice power here from the 17-year-old. Will take the win tonight. Darlene with a great smart race here finds herself in second. And up to the rail now we invite the Cat 3 men for the elimination. Cat 3s to the rail for the elimination. Cat 4s should be ready here pretty quickly. With the smaller field sizes, these go pretty quick, so riders do be ready to go. Our nice evening of racing continues with our Cat 3s now for their elimination. Riders will get started out of turn 4 if they're all together. And we'll race until we're down to those last 2. You hear the bell when there's 3 riders in the field, as then the next time around it's 2 riders. They're racing for first and second. No more need to keep eliminating after that. Up after this, Cat 4 men for the elimination. Then we get into our final series for the evening. Each group's going to go out here for a points race to round things out for this edition of preseason Friday Night Racing. Snowblin's taking the lead position here as the whistle is sounded and racing is underway. That's the rider for leading Factory Racing. There's, again, we remember our first race, the win and out. There's 4 riders from that team in this group, so they make up nearly a majority of this smaller field with so many on their team. Snowblin wearing the blue variant of their jersey. Right behind him is Mike Ritter in the more white variant. First elimination coming up here. .321, Ritter. .321, your first elimination. We started with 9 riders. So currently at 8, and this one's gonna go by quickly. That looks to be William Huang getting nice and low and arrow in the back of the field, trying to zip around the corner. Shouldn't have a problem staying in as the junior. 309, Eric Phillipson. You watch the junior probably do it again here. He's on the wheel of Jordan Green right now. And now James Campbell Harris down that sprinter's lane is backing off the pace, so might be kind of giving up the chase already as he's not found the tempo here to hold on. A bit more of a sprinter, James Campbell Harris, feeling that maybe this isn't the effort right now we need. So the field all still in contention. It'll be back behind to Campbell Harris, 311, getting the call. 311, Campbell Harris. Conrad showing that he's trying to earn some big upgrade points here in the preseason. Doesn't even need to be in this position to be in contention. He could just be sitting back in this field. But by being out in front a little bit, he's showing, one, he's got some great endurance here. He's got great distance in his training in the offseason. And also, he's just kind of on a different speed so far, showing some really good things here this evening. We'll look back to the group and see it's number 369, Stan Douglas. So now we look at this group of 4 off of the pace of Mayer, who's just going to set kind of a solo tempo out in front of him. Doesn't have to really accelerate or de-accelerate. He's not worried about those types of movements now. He can just be nice and consistent, and now it's going to go down to this group of 4. Westover down the sprinter's lane, kind of in the toughest position here, as William Huang just has to kind of accelerate around the right side and leave the rider from Taco Time behind, and that's exactly what's going to happen. 3:01 will get the call on this lap. Ending in 5th place was Westover. 4 riders remain. You got the junior behind 2 members of the leading factory racing team. That's Snoblin and Green out there right now. Huang making a nice acceleration in turn 3, getting a little bit earlier on top of the gears, trying to get alongside these 2. And it's going to be close. 3:41 is Peter Snoblin. Snoblin. The junior holds on for another lap, your young rider in the group. He's racing age 15, so riding on a pretty small gear out there. You can see his legs moving quite a bit faster than Jordan Green right in front of him. As the Cat 3s are not gear restricted, but juniors riding in gear restrictions quite frequently. So based on their age, you're going to see them having to deal with some smaller gears in relationship to the adults in their field. Bell's ringing. Cadman Mayer is just riding his own race right now. And Huang with a nice race tonight. Running out of gas a little bit here to try to challenge on that lap. He'll end in 3rd. And that leaves Jordan Green chasing Conrad Mayer, but both riders just look like they're going to hold their tempo here. Conrad Mayer looking like he's ready to ride at a kind of a different level, a different speed here. Showing some great preparation for the 2025 racing season. Looking forward to seeing what we do with here for the rest of this year. And there's Jordan Green, number 306, closing it out for 2nd place in that one. To the rail, Cat 4, Elimination. Cat 4, men to the rail for Elimination. If you're here in the park, don't forget we are streaming live right now, and we'd love your support. Head to velodrome.org/live to find the live stream link, or you can head to YouTube and just search for the Jerry Baker Velodrome, our YouTube channel, on our way towards 4,000 subscribers. And for our little efforts, I think that's pretty sweet. We'd love to see if we can get into that 4,000 number here pretty quick before we get into GP and our junior nationals. Again, velodrome.org/live. Cat 4s coming up now for their elimination are in the neutral, and they'll get the whistle out of turn 4, and we'll get this thing going. Same race format you've seen a couple times before. Always an entertaining one, and what's interesting again here, these riders all equally matched on their gear restrictions, so a little bit more even than we were just talking about a moment ago with that matchup of Jordan versus William there, and saw the difference in their cadence. When you're watching this, it's a little bit more uniform, as it ought to be. Again, these riders, many of them will be your most recent racers. They are the up-and-comers. Some of them junior riders have been racing for a couple years and are just now getting of age where they're going to be competitive here. Others coming through our novice program either this year or last and are working on getting some upgrade points. As they get them, they get invited up through their upgrade process to compete in upper categories and continue on their athletic and competitive journey. It's early in the preseason. Great to see some Cat 4s here, and we usually grow this group throughout the season, as this is going to be the riders that are coming out of their adult classes, which of course are open now. So if you too are looking to join in on the sport, our velodrome is a fantastic place to learn how to race your bike in fixed gear format like this. Our local staff will help you get started. We have bikes for you as included in the class. You can register online, velodrome.org. Look for the education tab for all of our offerings for adults and youth. Here at the Velodrome, classes open this summer. Don't miss your chance to get out here and join us at the Velodrome as a rider yourself. Our first elimination coming up now to the rail. 5 widers ride. Look down to the bottom, though. It's going to be in the sprinter's lane. That's 4:14. Dylan Paris. Shout out to Otis. Otis Hatfield's out here. That's right, number 406 in this group. You can see him in the sprinters lane right now with the blue jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not sure what the Blast-Off boys are. I don't think that's what the kid is, but that's what Andy wants me to say, so I don't know. Oh, Baker, that was maybe some bad luck there. 406 gets the call. Otis Hatfield. Otis. Couple eliminations in and quite a few more to go. Our Cat 4s now well underway here in this elimination. See Raymond come around the far side there with the orange helmet. Look down low again. 401 is Jason Fuller. 401, Jason Fuller. Here goes Fisher Curran, that's number 413. Setting a quick pace off the front again. There's no points to be gained off the front. This is usually a race of, you want to maximize your gains for the effort you're putting out there. You don't want to just go off the front necessarily all the time. But if you're repositioning, just to make sure you're not having to sprint for one lap, that can pay off big time. And that acceleration leaves one rider out, and that's 405. Raymond Cheng found that time. Raymond Cheng, 405. 6 riders remain now. Strong effort on the front here. It's pace line, it's so quick. Let's look to the back. Ooh. 409, Jack Donahue. I think that's JJ Zapata, number 417, that's been driving this pace so fast that the riders don't even feel like they can really fan out alongside of her. Right now it's just this pace line effort just to hold on to this really fast couple of laps. Again, you have to wonder sometimes about the benefit of moves like this because you're not getting any points at the front, but it is creating this pressure on the back. Can you stay with it? 413 is Fisher Curran, 413. That'll be your 5th place rider peeling off now from the group. 4 remain. JJ's just driving here continuously. This is over a kilometer now, nearly, I believe, of consistent effort at the front. And a little bit faster pace than we saw before she got up here. So let's see if that pays off. 408 is Rocco Alexander. Will be ending in 4th place, one of your riders for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Jared, Ion, and JJ out there, I believe, are our riders remaining. 3 all lined up. We're going to be hearing the bell, and this is the elimination for 3rd place upcoming. Iangola makes a nice jump here. The junior positioning up ahead, trying to stay in another lap. Oh, the fight is on. Oh, wow. .415, the elimination. 415, Ion. And now down to the final 2. And whoa, down to the sprinters lane. That's going to be 416 Jared, I believe, will be your winner. JJ, number 417, coming in strong. A lot of fast laps there. And despite that, still has some great speed available for that last sprint. Track looks good. Let's bring the Cat 1-2 competitors to the rail. And this is the Cat 1-2 men field to the rail for the points race. 7x5 points race coming up here. Points races all work very similarly. So if you see the name points race, they will follow these rules. You're going to hear a bell on certain laps. First riders across the line will earn points. First rider gets 5, second rider gets 3, third rider gets 2, and the fourth rider will get 1 point on those special sprint laps. The last sprint at the very end at 1 to go, riders across the line on the final lap will get double, 10, 6, 4, and 2. So that last bell worth double. You get 20 to lap the field, you lose 20 if you lose a lap to the field. Rider the most points at the end will be your winner. This group doing a 7x5 now getting underway with the sound of the whistle. That means 35 laps. We're going to hear a bell in 4 laps from now and every 5 after that to signal the upcoming sprints. Again, that's going to be at 31 to go, 26 to go, 21 to go, and so on. This will be a fun one to keep track of, and a big field here tonight, again, for our early preseason for the Cat 1-2s. What might have been one of the fastest fields I've seen in a long time, and I'm including the last couple seasons for a preseason. Last time we saw this group 2 weeks ago. Really boding well for what should be a very fun season of racing if these riders can continue to improve and maybe even grow in size throughout the season. A few more of our riders make their way back to us. This is Ben Flom for Fell Swoop, and the orange is off the front. The field is getting a bit of energy here. That's Summer, our Portland rider, at the front of the group currently. Scott Grinsel takes over now for Dyna Racing at the front. 33 to go, 2 more laps before the bell is ringing. Flom trying to pick up the early points and be our early leader. Grinsel pulls out of the way now, giving room for Chip Chase for Liquid Velo, who will also peel off quickly. Several riders pull up here, so kind of letting Flom sit there for the moment. There's Gallagher now coming to the front and doing his 200 meters on the front. Maybe a bit longer, as he looks like he's kind of in position to try to bring this group a bit closer. He will pull up, though, before they get there. Bell next time around. 32 to go. Flom still in position, potentially. That distance will go away quickly when the sound of the bell is going. He is not in a safe position yet. He has not really guaranteed these 5 points. The field has kept him within striking distance once they get up to speed. We'll see if the rider from Fell Swoop can get something out of this great starting effort, or will the field steal it away. 31 to go. Summer Newlands leading the charge currently. Here comes Gallagher alongside. That second line above the red line coming up, but it looks like Flom's got enough power here. Nice consistency and effort. He accelerates a little bit on that last lap just to ensure he gets it. So 5 for Flom at 30 to go. And it looks like it's going to be Martin, Gallagher, and Newlands. Thanks again for joining us, whether you're tuning in on YouTube or, of course, our favorite in-person fans all here enjoying the live show. We're really glad you're here in the Velodrome with us. We are here every single Friday doing this as long as the weather holds out until we get into September. That's when our season closes down. You can count on us in having great racing every single week, a fun, welcoming environment. We've got the food and the beverage garden here starting next week. We got a variety of food trucks scheduled for you over throughout the season, and of course, Postdoc Brewing, our friends right outside of the Velodrome, and Locust Ciders, started by a former cyclist, provide our beverages here, and purchases in that beverage garden actually help support our nonprofit. So you can plan on having some nice Friday nights here and feeling good about it when you're supporting our racing programs here. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about how you can get involved, either through your volunteer efforts, your donation of your time, or of your money, if you'd like to figure out how to become a rider or more about what other things we offer, the best place to kind of peruse and click around on is the website. That's velodrome.org. You too can learn how to get on one of these bikes and learn the fundamentals and maybe even join our riders at some stage in the future. Adult and junior classes are open and available for registration right now. Nice move off the front here. That's going to be Mike Robson, the rider in blue looking around for a little bit of help. Another rider in blue, and there's a rider in white in the chase. Speaking of chase, that's Chip Chase that takes over in the front of those two. Trying to close things down a little bit here as the bell is ringing for points. It's Robson in the lead as the bell rings. The other rider in blue there, number 128, is going to be Harrison Devine. Scott Grinsel also in that lead group of three, trying to hold on to the acceleration Robson put out there a little bit ago. He's now holding on to a really good turn of speed. But none of those three are really going for it yet. Devine accelerating a little bit here. We'll go to Robson for the 5. And all the way on the outside, Grinsel takes 3, Devine 2, and Chip Chase I got for 1 that time. I currently have the scoring as Ben Flom and Mike Robson sharing the lead with 5 apiece. In third place, we have a tie between Martin and Grinsel, both with 3. Good for 5th place currently in a tie is both Gallagher and Devine, both with 2 points. Newlands with 1, Chip Chase with 1. 24 to go. Robson kind of letting this one come back together again. He did the work he needed to pick up that 5. The solo breakaway, so tiring for more than a kilometer or so. Really had to put in a big effort. Now it's Gallagher's turn to send off an attack of his own. The Jerry Baker Jr. having an absolutely stellar season last year is trying to build on that success for another shot at Worlds, which he represented our region admirably in and is kind of training for some of those national level events that we'd expect of a junior of his talent and speed. So having a great start here to the season. He's put out some good laps here early on, getting the great training here. I've seen him riding all over Redmond, getting ready for this year. He'll put on a solo attack and then get bridged up here. That's going to be Chris Wilson's of the Fountain Cycling Guild finds the wheel. So now we have 2 riders joining up on this front effort. That's Quinn Kennedy, number 132, also getting up to the junior. So a lead group of 3. This could be threatening for more than 5 laps. In fact, that's Josh Sherfy kind of in no man's land right now between the leaders and the field. Currently in that chasing position, trying to see if he can get up there because he feels like this might be the move. But it looks like the pedals are kind of going, they're going a little bit slow right now. They're starting to back off. I'm not sure he's going to be able to finish that effort and get up to the leaders. 21 to go. Gallagher looking very smooth on the front. He's got some help if he needs it. Right now, the main goal is to pick up points. As the bell is rung, we are in a sprint for points. Next time around, we're looking for that 5, 3, 2, and 1. Gallagher hasn't scored yet. Looking to pick up the first 5 here for himself and get on that leaderboard, as is Wilson's and Kennedy, both riders without any points yet. And my mistake, Gallagher with 2 earlier. Should bring him up to now 7 and your new leader in the race. 3 points for Chris Wilson's, 2 for Quinn Kennedy. Sherfy, still sitting out the front of the field, will earn 1. Gallagher, your lone rider with 7 in the lead of the race. 2 riders with 5 is Flom and Robson, both in the tie for second now after those recent points. Unofficially, that means we now also have Wilson, Martin, and Grinsel all tied with 3 apiece. Currently all in a fight for 4th place. Other riders with points, we've got Newlands with 1, Chip Chase with 1, Devine with 2, Kennedy 2. Riders just saw 19 to go. Your lead group over under the Stanley sign is the group of 3. Gallagher, Wilson, and Kennedy all together. And as I mentioned when this break happened, this is more dangerous than just Gallagher going alone. He can get some help. Kennedy has a fantastic endurance. Wilson also known for his ability to put out some pretty strong laps away from the field. You put these 3 riders together, they're just going to form a little team here. And all they got to do is continue to work really smooth like they are right now. You can see they still got plenty of laps in those legs. They're set up for several points here. And they have made a great gain on the field. Let's go check out who's working right now for the field is Ludo Max for Beat Cycling. They're in nearly single file, so they're not in rest position. They do not want to sit this out too long. They're down almost 200 meters to the leader, so if there's not a little bit of energy now, then things are going to get really dicey for these riders. Although the other question is it even worth putting too much effort here? Do we almost just let them catch at some point? That's another thing that the riders might consider, right? That's part of the realization. It's like if we go fight to get them up there, we're all gonna be gassed anyways. Let them catch, they get their 20, and then we can start fighting over the points. Right now, the field is only really eligible for one in the upcoming sprints. Your leaders are getting the belt, 16 to go. That's Gallagher at the front of the group. 16 to go, points next time around. Your current race leader, 101 on the lead of the field. Lead of the lap, I should say, pardon me. Chris Wilson right there behind, and there's Quinn Kennedy. They're all lined up for this one. Grinsel kind of popping off of the field right now. That's our rider in pink, trying to get set up for one valuable point. Being chased by Sherfy, Chip Chase, and Martin. Come back to the leaders. We're going to see who picks up the 5. This is still Gallagher in control, and we'll be able to find 5 more. Gallagher for 5, Wilson for 3, and Kennedy for 2. And for the single, very valuable point here, Martin for 10-Speed Hero, 102, picks up 1 point. The live stream crowd is cheering for the take a lap, so let's see if they can get there. They are closing in. I would not be surprised. With 14 to go, they are still looking very organized. It's a strong group here. And, you know, you might expect them to be a bit more fighty at the line. Why aren't they going for the sprint at the line? What's going on there? There's kind of a sort of an expected thing going on. There's a bit of respect here for the riders. They know what they're each capable of, and everybody knows right now in terms of top speed and power, Gallagher's tough to beat out here in a one-to-one sprint like that. So Wilson kind of sitting in the line, saving himself for later, more important fights. So is Kennedy. They're kind of just working through this. They let him pick up 2 in a row. A bit of respect being shown to the strong junior. He's going to help them finish this effort a little bit here now, as it'll be Chris Wilson taking over. See if they can catch the back here before the next bell. The leaders saw 13 to go, as did the field. They've got about 75 or so meters to go. A little bit less than that now. Field seeing 13, the leaders will see 12. They might want to time it maybe after this next sprint. We'll see it if they want to play it that way, as that might be to their advantage anyways. Get the next points and then catch for the 20. In fact, that looks maybe what's going to happen here. Either way is a totally viable tactic at this point. Either way, it's going to be their race to be competing against one another. It's Gallagher on the front now, kind of holding off just a little bit longer. He's going to get the bell. Then those 3 will get their points, and then maybe the catch after. The field coming around the corner. That's Harrison Devine on the front, getting speed going here at 12 to go. Number 128 accelerating it, and your leaders get the bell. Leaders getting the bell at 11 to go, getting awfully close to the back end of the field. The field will also be getting the bell here shortly. They were not. Bells ringing for the field. They are fighting for 1 point. The field is fighting for a point. That is going to be Kennedy, Wilson, and Gallagher getting in that order 5, 3, and 2. And Kennedy gets the 20 here as he catches the field. Wilson catching the field. 101 about to go up the lap as well. Your 3 riders going around. Ooh, can he finish the catch here? Technically, he's still not in that field. He's on his way. 101 still not scored the 20, but he's on his way. It'll be 104, Danielson getting the single point from that previous sprint. Gallagher just about to get the plus 20. He's almost in contact with the field, and there it is. All right, so with that, clearly our leaders are the 3 that caught. We're going to get points updates here in just a moment, as I got to do the tough math. This was a fun points race here with your 3 leaders now scored up the plus 20. They've made it all the way back around. The field is now contending for 5, 3, 2, and 1 again. And we will get things updated here shortly. Tyson Danielson did get that very valuable single point there off the front of the field before the catch happened. Your leader is Merrick Gallagher, I believe, sitting at a total of 34 points after the catch. Wilson and Kennedy unofficially, I've got them in a tie for 29 each. after the catch. So a tie in second between Kennedy and Wilson now. The next highest points out there in the group is going to be number 126, Robson, and Flom, number 107, both with 5 points. Martin now with 4. Good for 6th place overall unofficially. We've got Danielson 1, Sherfy 1, Newlands 1, Chip Chase 1, Divine with 2. Bell's ringing at 6 to go. 2 sprints remain for the Cat 1-2 man. That's Robson at the front. He's in a top 5 position right now. He's one of the riders that picked up some big points off the solo effort earlier in the race, but did not participate in that lapping group. But because he picked up 5, he still finds himself in a top 5 position. There's nobody else out here besides the leaders that lap the field, really. It's Ben Flom and Robson that won laps early. Still find themselves in a good spot here if they can keep finding some more points at the end of this race. But it's going to be Gallagher coming off the front alongside of Martin and Sherfy. Unofficially, I had that as Martin picking up the 5 points, Sherfy picking up 3, Gallagher for 2, and Ludo Max for 1 point. We'll get the confirmation. Only Gallagher of our riders that took the lap was able to find some more points in there. He's just trying to make sure that the other 2 that joined him were not catching up on the points to him. That's 36 for your race leader, Gallagher, after the updates. Andrew Martin picking up some big points in that last sprint. He found 5 more, now good for 9, sitting at what will be 4th place. The tie for 5th between Flom and Robson now, both with 5 points. We also found Ludo Max in that last sprint. He picks up his 1st. Sherfy also picking up some important points there, 3 in that previous sprint. Just outside of the top 5, though. 2 to go. There's Ben Flom back at the front, number 107. The leader of the first sprint, the first laps. He picked up the first 5 of this race. Trying to see if he can be a bit more active here at the end. It's been a long one. This has been a tough one as the leaders, though, showing what they were able to do here with Gallagher, Quinn, Kennedy. We saw Chris Wilson all teaming up for the plus 20. Those are your top 3. It's Gallagher still in the lead overall with 36. And now the final sprint at 1 to go. 10-6, 4 and 2 at the line next time around. Tyson Danielson at the front. There is nobody with more than 10 points in the field except for the 3 that lapped. So 4th place is still a good race. It's Andrew Martin currently in 4th. Number 102 is back a few positions off the sprint. It's Gallagher who wants to take the final 10. He's got the win. He might as well try to get a few more. The style points will pile up for the junior. 10 more for Gallagher, 6 for Martin. That'll hold on for 4th place for rider 102. And that's Summer Newlands getting in some points there on the final sprint as well. Believe good for 4 points, bringing her total up to 5. Gallagher, Kennedy, and Wilson go 1, 2, 3 in this one. I believe we have just didn't quite get everybody off, but we're almost there. Couple riders still exiting. All right, women to the rail, the open women field to the rail, please. For your points race. Open women to the rail for your points race. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Great racing going on here at the Velodrome in our preseason. We've got a few more points races to go. Next group up, your open women coming to the rail now. We'll get them started from the rail soon. Cat 3 men are on deck following this. And then our last event of the night, the Cat 4 men for their points race. Cat 3s have adjusted to a 4x5 for their distance instead of the posted 5x5. A slight adjustment thanks to the smaller field. We want to be humane and competitive, I mean. Not, yeah, it's more about that part, I think. Your riders out in the neutral right now are our open women competitors for their 4x5, 4 sprints every 5 laps. Same rules apply as that last group you just saw, so points will go out in the same way. We're going to get bells at 16, 11, 6, and 1 to go. Looking forward to a great season here at the Velodrome, especially looking forward to what's going to be going on here in July between USA Cycling Junior Nationals. We got the GP coming back. Right before that, the Junior Takeover in June. It's going to be a fun summer here at the Velodrome. Get ready for a great season. If you haven't already, make sure to head to velodrome.org/calendar. Follow us at JB Velodrome on our Instagram. Check out our Facebook page. Just search for the Velodrome on the Facebook page, or on Facebook, pardon me. And of course, keep tuning in here on YouTube for all of the special events and Friday nights that we do all season long. We'll keep bringing it to you right here. If you're enjoying the broadcast right now and you're still hanging out with us, have not, scroll down to hit that thumbs up. What are you waiting for? Please do it. Hit that share button. Let some family members know that you're watching a pretty cool event here. This is not something you see everywhere in the United States. We are fighting the good fight of keeping a track community thriving and growing every single year. We have a junior team of 50 athletes up and coming. We've got riders going to nationals of all ages and all different types of specialties. We are representing the Pacific Northwest right here and right now out of Redmond, Washington. We'd love your support. Leave a thumbs up, share the video, let people know you're enjoying what you're seeing out there. And if you're in the Velodrome in person, don't forget you can help us out too. Bring out that smart device and do something good with it. Go over to YouTube and help us out for a little bit, or jump on Instagram and let us know you're here enjoying the racing as well. Share photos with us at JB Velodrome. Any cool photography we see, we'd love to reshare it and repost it and let people know. So we got some good shots of our riders tonight. Racing underway here for these riders. They did get their whistle and they saw laps counting down here. We're seeing 18 to go now. The bell at 6 to go for our open women. Bell next time around. Number 3 is Rue Tomko. This will be your bell lap at 16 to go, and your group of 5 rounding the corner is the lead of the race. Other riders off the leaders. And there's your first bell. Points next time around is Darlene on the lead of the lap, the rider in blue. Number 7, there's Westover right on her wheel, and Rue Tomko, your 2 juniors in this field that have been really showing up strong here tonight. Tomko, number 3, your champ from the first 2 races, going to try to figure out how to pick up some more big points here. Nice sprint down the back straight, starting to come together into turn 3. Tomko coming to the front. It'll be Tomko for 5, Westover for 3, Darlene for 2, I believe. Laurel was coming in fast, but I think it wasn't quite quick enough to pick up 2. We'll confirm. Confirmed, it's Safranek for 1 point, Darlene 2 in the first sprint. Westover starting to apply a little bit of speed here ahead of the rest of the field. Young riders that want to get involved at the track, the two main methods. If you're a really young rider, you've got a youngster at home, a toddler that can get training wheels and a tricycle or something along those lines, maybe even a scooter. We've got the Kitty Kilo program coming back again here in 2025, and those happen during our Friday nights. So once school gets out, once we get into the summer months, basically every Friday, I believe it's starting in June if I'm not mistaken, every single Friday night we've got Kitty Kilo going on here. And that is a free opportunity. Come on into the velodrome, support racing by being here with your family, enjoy the first couple of races, and then the kids get to go out there for a fun lap. That's coming back. So again, youngsters are invited to come join us every Friday night for the Kitty Kilo in the summer months. And of course, your 9 to 16-year-olds, that's generally the range we're looking for joining up in the camps that we offer. We have junior camps in the summer. With permission, even younger riders could come out and try it. That is, we have bikes that fit the youngsters as young as 8, depending on their size. So you can sign up for our our camps here at the Velodrome online through the website, velodrome.org. And you'll go to the education tab. You're looking for Camp Velo, the 1-week camp that will get your junior all figured out. They'll learn all the rules about how to race. And when they're done, they're invited to participate in the regular Monday night junior racing, where they continue to develop and get experience and strength through that racing opportunity. And if you are so inclined, we also can get you connected with the Jerry Baker Junior team and or other organizations around here that are looking to support young riders. Much of that, again, can be found on the hub All Things Velodrome. That's our website, velodrome.org. This group here coming out of turn 4 is the lead of the race, and they will be getting this second bell now. Your leader, Ru Tomko, with 5 points after the first sprint, finds themselves at the front of the group. Westover right behind him is our rider in second with 3 points. That's bib 6. Coming up and out of the sprinter's lane, moving above the red line now. The sprinter's lane is just the terminology for that red and black line that goes all the way around the track. It's a designated special competitive space. Riders that take up that space, you cannot enter in and push them out of it. You're not supposed to take up any other space alongside of them in that lane. So we're referring to, that's what we're talking about here, as Rue right down that sprinter's lane takes the 5. It's going to be number 12, Safranek, for 3. I think that was Renna Fuller, 2 points, and Westover 1. And a missed call there on my part, so to correct, that was Westover for 2 points, Renna Fuller for 1. That's our new points totals now. Ru Tomko in the lead with 10, Westover in second with 5, Laurel Safranek in third with 4. Kelly Darlene has 2 points, currently good for 4th place, and Renna Fuller picked up her first point, currently in 5th. We also got a special emblem up there on the top of our live stream. You're going to be seeing it all over the place. We got some special stickers to celebrate it. It's the 50th season of operation here at our velodrome. The concrete was poured and it was all finished up back in 1975, its first season of operation. Back then it was still the Marymoor Velodrome Association. This was called the Marymoor Velodrome at the time. And under the great leadership of many volunteers, most notably Jerry Baker, who at his passing was kind of the reason for our renaming of this great facility. We celebrate 50 years of operation here in King County Parks. And this season we have some special events and promotions we're trying to do to celebrate and raise awareness around the historic importance of this location, sort of its importance for our region and to our community here, all under the stewardship of this nonprofit organization, great volunteers, and a very thriving community here in Redmond that we're able to operate for these past 50 years and continue on strong, hopefully for another 50 more. A special season here for us all as we're closing in on this kickoff. Very excited to see how this one goes for us this year. Our group off the front is 2 juniors working together. That's Westover and Tomko, passing under a few of our riders. Back in turn 2, you've got Renna Fuller, Laurel Safranek, and that's Kelly Darlene. Six to go. Bell's ringing. Next time around, we'll get some more points going. It's Tomko in the lineup first, number 3. Bells ringing for our field. That's Kelly Darlene, number 7, at the front of the group currently. Not a lot of movement from them just yet as they're a bit off the lead and a ways to go for the sprint. Let's see if Westover can give Tomko a run for their money, heading onto the home straight. Tomko in control here, going to try to pick up another 5 and cruising towards a victory here tonight, and we'll do so. Westover for 3. And the field sprint looks like Laurel's taking control here. Number 12, Safranek coming out for 2 points and a single point for Darlene, number 7. I have your leader as Tomko, currently with 15 points. Charlotte with 8 is currently in second. Safranek I have with 7 points for third place. Darlene with 3 and Renna Fuller 1 point as the current unofficial standings. 4 laps remain. 2 riders off the front still, your 2 juniors. They're about to cross the midway point on the back straight, almost 200 meters up on the field. They are working very smooth here together. There's your field crossing the finish line, seeing 4 to go. Into the final mile for the field. Your leaders, again, about a half lap up. Field currently has Laurel Safranek on the front, your rider in third place as of last count. Tomko at 3 to go, starting to actually just go ahead and make this a solo ride. Might as well make these laps as hard as you can. That's just going to pay off even more for later races when we find some more of our women competitors back out here on the track. And of course, as we get ready for Junior Nats here, I know Rue's going to want to be doing their absolute best in those events. Might as well make these laps hard. Might as well make them fast. Get stronger every single time you come out here to the velodrome. The field coming through turn 1, saw 3 to go. And a 2 to go. Tomko is kind of starting to look down the back of the field here. Talk about making some hard laps. Right now, it's almost like they kind of look like they want to catch. Had the body language of go, go, go. Not a lot of time to do it as the bell's going to be ringing for Rue when they come around the corner this time. The field still seeing 2 to go. Field has 2 to go. Bell is ringing right now for Tomko. 1 to go for Rue, who's not slowing down, is about to get in contact with the field here in turn 1. Your new leader off here, that's Westover, just got another bell here. So now the new front of the field, it goes to Westover. And Tomko with an incredible race here, decides to go catch the field, picks up the 20 there, right there at the end. The field is still going here. Here's Westover finishing up. And with that, your riders will exit on the back straight. The race is all concluded. Your juniors putting on a great show here tonight. It'll be first Tomko, second place Westover. Well done for the youngsters once again. Laurel Safranek should be able to secure third place, finishing their last effort there. Stand by for just a moment here at Cat 3s. We're conversing for a moment. Man, that temperature dropped fast when the sun went down. We've got just a few more laps to go here. We got some Cat 3 racing, the points racing coming back up. They're getting the signal now. Cat 3s to the rail. Cat 3s to the rail. Points racing coming up. Cat 3s to the rail. Post the schedule adjusted here. 4x5 is the posted format now. 4x5. Laps on the cards. We'll get them started out of turn 4 if they're all together. Same rules for keeping track of those valuable points. To go. Racing's underway. Stan Douglas on the front of the field. Racers get signed up for any race in June and July, especially if you've got your season pass. You can go ahead and just get your name on any start list that you plan to attend for. And any other event that you're not entirely sure of, if you're paying for it, don't forget we do give racer credits out. We will help you get re-registered for a later race. So go and get signed up. It's June and July is now open. GP will be opening up very soon. We'll be promoting and posting that up here pretty quick. Head to the website and find Race Reg for June and July and all special events. GP coming very soon for your signups. Stan Douglas still on the lead of the lap. Conrad Mayer for Dyna Racing currently leading the field. $18 to go for your Cat 3 riders. Everyone seeking their first points. Next time around, you'll get the first bell. Riders pretty close here together, around the blue line even. They're no surprise which rider they are showing some serious deference here to. They are parked behind the rear wheel of Conrad Mayer, who has shown what he is capable of in those first two events tonight. Looking like he's ready for that Cat 1-2 field here pretty soon and demonstrating some good overall power and speed here today. Let's see what he can do with it as he's being watched by the field closely now. He's put a mark on himself by his early success. With the bell ringing, 16 to go. Westover formerly on the front there, getting overtaken by Mayer. There's your rider for Dyna Racing that I was just speaking to a moment ago, with riders all lined up behind him. I've got Jordan Green, Mike Ritter, and Peter Snoblin all trying to be right with him here through the turn. Mayer still in control of the lap, trying to find the first 5, and it will be your rider from Dyna for 5 points. Green for 3, and it's either Ritter or Snoblin for the 2 and the 1. We'll confirm shortly. That's Eric Phillips, and then the orange helmet off the leaders in turn 3, just kind of being left alone. Nobody else in this field. It looks like the field's kind of thinned itself down to be this lead group, really, as the chasers are kind of spread out a bit. So Confirming the order on the previous sprint, it's 305, 306, 321, 341. That's Peter Snoblin picking up 1 point, Ritter for 2 points, Jordan Green with 3, and Mayer, your winner of the first sprint, with 5. Next bell at 11 to go. And as mentioned already, this field kind of breaking apart and really reassembling itself as the lead group. And even this is starting to pull apart a little bit. Looking around each other saying, maybe that's not what we want to have happen here. Let's keep some contact here for these 4. Next up on the track is going to be William Huang and Mike Westover, currently in turn 1. You got your Jerry Baker Jr., pardon me, and of course Mike Westover, the Taco Time race team. Trying to stay relatively close here, but this is going to be a tough one for these two to, I think, make significant gains on the front 4 as they're looking very smooth here together on the home straight. 12 to go. 3 members of the leading factory race team, joined by one of Dinah and a really good one at that, as Conrad's your current race leader, the rider in pink, up against these other 3 great competitors. We got one more good one for you tonight. Our Cat 4s are coming up after this for their points race. And that'll conclude this evening, so stick around for one more. We got 11 to go in this one, and the bell's ringing for points. Peter Snoblin, number 341, finds himself at the front here. 311 down the lap, but back onto the lap here with these riders on the back of that field. They scored the minus 20, but back into it, so going to try to join in on the effort of his teammates and get a few more good laps here. Mayer trying to come up along the red line just outside of that sprinter's lane. It's still Snoblin on the front. Good catching speed here from Mayer. Mayer trying to take over the front, will find 5, and this is Snoblin and Campbell Harris. Campbell Harris accelerating big for 3. Snoblin now for 2 points. Jordan Green, I believe, will get 1. Don't be surprised to see Campbell Harris, after getting caught there, just putting in a really nice sprint just to make sure he gets one more bit of workout here in his preseason. That might be all there is for number 311, but a nice effort there on that last sprint. We'll earn him a few more good points before exiting. Your leaders on the lap now is Snoblin and Mayer. They're currently under the Greg Cycle sign coming out of turn 2 now into the back straight. Behind them, we've got Ritter and Green, the next 2 on the track. Then we've also got James Campbell Harris out here, the solo rider a little bit back. Again, the rider down a lap. The next closest rider on the current lap is all the way back here in turn 1. That's again Westover and Huang, still teamed up as a duo and not currently within range to get any points, as it's the front 4 that'll keep scoring. Your leaders just saw 8 to go, bell at 6. Smooth turn of the pedals here for your 2 leaders. Mayer doing a nice long pull here as he'll be seeing 7 to go. Still partnered up here with Snoblin. Starting to separate themselves from the 2 chasing riders of Ritter and Green, who are just now finding the finish line at 7 to go. So they're also lost some serious distance here to the leaders. They're about 125 or so meters back now, maybe even a bit more, as your front 2 have just been very smooth. Mayer doing a little bit more on the pulse here at the current stage. He's got a little bit more left in the tank, but Snoblin giving him a pretty big break, allowing for the 2 of them to get just a bit more overall combined speed here. At 6 to go, they get the bell. It'll be 5 and 3 between the 2 of them. Next to get the bell, we're hearing the bell for Ritter and Green, who are now on the home straight. Mayer and Snoblin now coming in for their points. Mayer does enough to pick up 5. And Snoblin doesn't try to put up too much of a fight here. I think he's going to be okay with getting second in this race the way he's showing his body language there. As he makes the right move to be in the right place, these two working together, they don't need to fight this one out. And the next one's across the line. That's Green and Ritter picking up 2 and 1 in that order. My mistake. Campbell Harris picking up the 2. Okay. Yeah, they're not scoring Douglas in there, so it will be Green for 2, Ritter for 1. Thank you for the confirmation, team. Your leaders, Mayer and Snoblin, have caught Westover on the lap here, so they're working their way around. The front of the race is in turn 3, and it's the rider in pink still leading this lap and starting to drop Snoblin now as he's just going to kind of break away from this chaos. And that is the mental gymnastics we have to do just to keep track of what's going on out here. He's going to be seeing 2 to go right now. It's 2 to go for Mayer. Ritter and Green should be thinking that they were at 3 to go last time they crossed the line, but they're on their way to being caught by the leader soon. Seeing 1 to go for the leader. That's the bell for Mayer. Snoblin also just getting the bell. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Down the back straight, Mayer on the front, catches some riders, puts himself in position here to pick up the final 10 and confirm this victory tonight. An impressive performance for your rider from Dyna Racing, as he will find 10 here after going all the way around the track. Again, continuing to show that he's ready to apply those upgrade points. A nice start here to his season tonight. All riders will exit on the back straight on that grueling points race. That got pulled apart quickly. That was a lot of individual effort out there tonight. Riders exit on the back straight as you come across the finish line. All riders finishing up here on the lap. Cat 4s can come up to the rail. Track is clear. Cat 4s to the rail for your points race. Cat 4s, your final event for the night. Come on down to the rail, please. Right, athletes making their exodus here. Thanks for the great showing tonight. Another great night of preseason racing for so many of our riders. Appreciate having another really big Cat 1-2 field tonight. Good to see that here again early in our season. Cat 4s are coming to the rail. Our last race of the evening now called to the rail, please. Riders in the neutral for their points race. Your Cat 4 men also in a 4x5, so 20 total lap spells at 16, 11, 6 and 1. And that will wrap things up for us tonight here at the end of this contest. Time to get registered for the kickoff. It's next weekend, Friday and Saturday, a weekend of racing to start our season off right. Bring us into the month of June with our regular season getting going here. We do not want to have low attendance. We want big fields for that first week to start off the 50th season of official regular season racing here at the Velodrome. So make sure you get signed up today for the kickoff next weekend. Beverage trucks or beverage garden, food trucks, and the big show here at the Velodrome next week. That's the sound of the whistle, and racing's underway. 20 to go. Cat 4 men now racing. JJ Zapata takes over at the front right away. No waiting. And there also, I believe that's Otis on the counterpunch right away. So no waiting in this group. They were excited to get back to onto the racing surface for this points race. 19 to go. Bell at 16. Still a ways to go here, but JJ is not waiting. Ryder saw 17 to go last time around. That means we're coming into the bell lap now. I believe that's still Zapata on the front, number 417. I got to figure out where the stress of the syllables is in that last name. Is it Zapata or Zapata? I got to figure this out. 17 to go. Pardon me, they'll hear the bell next time around. I'm a little bit early there. So 417 still in the lead of this thing, as is Otis right behind, number 46. So fairly static in position. $16 to go, and there's your bell. JJ still on the front. Let's see what our Cat 4s can do here tonight in this first attempt for some points. I gotta imagine that is a tough place to be after all these laps at the front of this group. Rather than sitting up and finding a place for a little bit of respite in the middle of this field, maybe just has the power to just keep driving, as JJ's gonna keep fighting from the front despite leading this thing from the get-go. Here comes riders around the right side near that blue line. Good speed up there. It looks like we've got one clear rider accelerating towards the front. Your first rider on this point's number 416. Jared for the first 5. Your junior Rocco Alexander, I believe, picked up 3. We'll wait on the official confirmation for that finishing order and get the points updates here in just a moment. We've seen Fisher Curran out the front a couple times here tonight. Here we go again as your rider in red, 413, off the front with Otis, number 406, now together. Confirming the points from the last sprint, our first sprint, I should say. Jared Elog, 416 for 5. Number 408, Rocco Alexander with 3. 413, Fisher Curran, 2 points. And fourth across the line, 417, JJ Zapata for 1. The current leader, number 416, Jared Elog with 5 points. This break of 2, not really going to be able to hold on for too much longer if the field continues to chase like they are right now at 13 to go. Jack Donahue, number 409, appearing to do the work here to bridge up towards the leaders, instigating a bit more speed out of the field, but Your lead riders are not letting this thing go just yet. You've got some good acceleration out of Otis now, the rider in blue, saying, nuh-uh, you cannot catch me. And that actually is going to sort of decentivize a little bit the chase from the field. They're losing a little bit of momentum here at 12 to go. It's a small gap, but it maintains. Now Zapata, the rider in black, finds the front and does what she's done so far all night. Lots of get and go here at the front of the field. No time like the present, time to go catch, and off she'll go to catch this front group of 2, make it 3. This tiny little break is just enough that might be enough for these 3 to secure the front of the sprint, but they got to keep on it here. Otis on the lead as the bell is ringing for their second opportunity for points. Fisher Kern in the red. JJ Zapata in the black right behind. Now the move from the rider in black. A quick overtake into second position, trying to catch back up to your lead rider. Starting to close that gap down. Can she close? She's making progress. I'm not sure it's going to be quite enough, though, to make it up there. Maybe just not soon enough to close that gap. Otis for 5, JJ for 3. Fisher, 2 points. And Raymond, I have number 405, 1 point. My unofficial points totals gives us a couple of ties here. It's Hatfield, number 406, Otis Hatfield, and Jared Elog, number 416, both with 5 and a tie for first. I also have Fisher Curran, number 413, and JJ Zapata, number 417, and a tie for third, both with 4 points. I also have Rocco Alexander with 3 and Raymond Chang with 1, your unofficial points totals. Right, I saw 8 to go. Next bell at 6 laps remaining. Fisher Curran, the rider in red. One of your riders with 4 points and currently in top 4 position with that points total. Trying to continue to earn some important points here in this next sprint. Needs to try to stay in position. Seeing 7 now. Bell next time around. JJ Zapata back to the front. Otis right behind. Your rider in the tie for the lead. We haven't heard from Jared for a bit. He's the rider in white with gray in the third wheel spot. He might be fresh for this sprint. So look out for him to position himself in this field here. He's in a good position, but can he accelerate on the back of this push from JJ? Not able to respond. The gap opens up, and I think Jared's going to have to let that go. Rider's going to have to jump around him. So this is going to be a change in our top 4, as he's not going to be able to find points in this upcoming sprint. And instead, we look now back to JJ Zapata, who's in the lead position. Otis right there in position. Here comes Rocco Alexander for the Jerry Baker Juniors, also trying to earn some more points, as it's been a bit since he's been up to the front. Otis timing it nicely for 5, Rocco 3, JJ 2, Eon, pardon me. I'll learn it eventually. Otis Hatfield will be your leader. Currently, I have him unofficially with 10. It's Zapata in second with 6, the unofficial totals I have right now. Three to go. Fisher on the front of the group. Two to go. Two to go. Right now it's Otis Hatfield's race, number 406 in blue, currently in the lead. If he can find some good points in this final sprint, trying to make sure he ends up on top. Zapata still in this thing as well. Rock Alexander in a position to be in a top 3 position. Fisher Curran, if they can find a good spot in this sprint, also could take over near the top of this thing. An important sprint coming up here for those 4 riders as they're getting the 1 to go. Your final lap upcoming. 1 to go for the Cat Force. 1 to go. Rocco, your junior, leads the field right now. Positioned at the front. And everybody kind of sitting behind. Waiting for the acceleration out of turn 2 as we're going to see someone make the jump. There's the move coming in the back straight is JJ Zapata taking over. Nice acceleration here for the rider in black. If they can find the Big 10, they could also take over the top. But here comes Otis with the counter move and another second acceleration from this rider. He just seems to have the ability to kick it up another gear when he needs it. Nice work here for Otis, confirming that victory tonight. Rocco for a big 6 points. That should put him right back up into second place overall in this group. The unofficial results for him. That is a fantastic end for this group. We got a few more riders still finishing their efforts here coming across the line. And a big thank you to all of you that are still here cheering things on. It's nice to have a few of our riders with a fan club over here. Good to hear the clapping and the support going on here at the Velodrome. Folks, that'll do it for us tonight. We are having our riders kind of clean up here. We're going to be putting away all the things, securing for our off week here, getting into kickoff. There's a lot going on between now and then, but of course we're most excited for what will be the start of our regular season 1 week from today. Our 50th anniversary year of operation. 50 years operating in this velodrome space right here. We cannot wait to get our regular season started next week. 7 o'clock start for the Friday night program, 6 o'clock on Saturday. So a weekend of racing. We'll be streaming it right here on YouTube. And of course, if you can join us in person, we'd love to have you for the food trucks, the beverage garden, and the great racing action here at the Velodrome. Looking forward to it. Thank you again to our fans, our athletes for a great night, our team behind the scenes, our volunteers, and our officials for keeping racing safe and well organized tonight. We are looking forward to having you back again here for more racing at the Jerry Baker Memorial.